Hey Leo, Aquarius season is here. Your dual sign. Dual meaning duality. Your opposite, opposing sign maybe. Polar, some polarity. So what you may be experiencing, Venus is still in retrograde until the 29th, and this will be out before then, is a deeper understanding, maybe forgiveness towards a strong masculine presence in your life. Could be even the masculine parts of you. The powerful, the magnetic, those parts as well. This could be giving birth and really allowing yourself to romanticize this King of Wands. Whether it's you healing the lineage of your family within yourself by learning to love these parts that maybe you found guilt before. Maybe you found a lot of grievances through this process of what family is to you, what being fulfilled means to you. You'd think that naturally, like a Leo, it's easy for you to understand that. It's easy for you to know that. You know, you have your pride. But last year, you've experienced highs and lows in a different way. You experience this question very much internally. And there is this deeper understanding of how you continue to direct this fulfillment between the choices you used to make and the choices that you're making now. For some of you, you could be wanting to have children or a family or starting a family. And this counterpart in your life, or this part of yourself that we can all go through, that we do all go through, which many people call reparenting or restructuring, you find that through this love that you have, or this newfound understanding that you have about compassion and how willing you are to look at it, not only with you, but that maybe the inner child is coming up. Maybe. This could be about a past grievance that you haven't healed about a strong male figure. So something that I go through with ancestors, and I'll explain it more in the second part. So this is the first part. The second part, where I show you the cards and teach you, will be on Patreon from now on moving forward. And I give a little bit even more detailed information because I find that that part is a little different than when I'm looking at the camera. And I usually wait a little while in between those videos so that I'm seeing everything clearly. And sometimes you just gotta get shit done, you know? It is what it is, but I do my best. And that's all you can do. There's something that has been stopping you from allowing yourself to have that fulfillment. And it has to do, again, it could be to do with a grievance about a very strong male or masculine presence in your life that is no longer with you. This could be really about this struggle or this internal understanding and this light shining upon that deep sadness that you have. And that it's okay, because that's a subconscious, right? You can't always be shining. And we've talked about this over and over again, but you still shine when you expose these parts, because that's the beauty of your nature. That whatever maybe is taking you away from, maybe whatever is, wherever you're not understanding why you're not the center of attention right now. You may be feeling even guilt towards the fact that you want that, but somebody else has that in your life. Maybe you're used to having a certain relationship with someone and it's just not focused on you in that way anymore. And there's a deeper understanding to that. And I know that's not an easy thing to hear. And I'm not saying that you're ignorant to that part of yourself yet, there is a grievance and an understanding that when you're used to getting a certain amount of attention or having your relationships be a particular way, eventually it circles back to a deeper rooted feeling with the self, and that could be trauma as well. So it's important that through the rest of this Venus retrograde and through the continuation of Mercury retrograde, especially when Venus goes direct, is to not reject but forgive in many aspects, and understand and ask yourself what forgiveness is, like truly. And so this desire for fulfillment that you want, it doesn't have to just be romanticized. It can actually, even more so than ever, you look around and realize that it's real, that you already have it. That the only thing that's stopping you sometimes from experiencing or having the fulfilled trust and that trust feeling comes from whatever deeper rooted seed that you experienced. And it's your experience. It's okay. It's okay to look back and understand, but you still have those 2 cups. And then that turns into 6 cups. Because also, beautiful thing, and I'll explain this more in the extended, it's about the subconscious learning. And sometimes in order for something to grow, you need to focus solely on something else. So it could be frustrating. But then there's this part of you that comes to this surrender. It comes to understanding that the discipline that maybe the universe is kind of putting you through, and has put you through a little bit of, but only, for the evolution of your nature, is that this discipline, this structure, 6 of Cups to 7 of 6, 10 to 7, is you understand where you've been stopping yourself from seeing this, and then you understand why you've maybe had disillusionment before, or felt like smoke and mirrors before. And now, because you're more disciplined to the root and disciplined to that, taking a specific control, like an experiment, and being stubborn with it. You can say disciplined, you can say tolerant, you can say whatever you want. For some of you, started all the way back in Libra season and the end of the year. For others of you, this could be about a Libra in particular, but more so, this is about what you receive. So karma is huge with everyone. The Justice card's been coming up in almost every reading. Oh, I only did 2. It's come up in the last these 2 readings, excuse me, you and Aquarius. The Justice card is karma. It's you being able to then reap, but also it's about this weighing out that might be happening now. Now that you have this realization, you tend to go into action with it. Some of you might realize you want to get married. Maybe you didn't before, and now you're realizing that that's what fulfillment is. You might want to get married, and that's okay. Or you might want that, but it's different. It's not all traditional. It doesn't have to be. But something quickly begins to change. Mercury retrograde. And the tools and the sharpness, the sharp skill that you acquire from this, it's like you're refining your hunting skill, and you're able to become aware more than ever during this retrograde that it's for the best, for the betterment of you, the family that you're creating, what you truly want and need, who you truly are, and what you're always becoming. For those of you who have your own skill or career, this is also teaching you how to build that structure. Make it more refined, as well as Taurus and Uranus helping that. have you understand that what you have doesn't make you stuck. It only makes you stuck if you look at it that way, or if you look at it too long without listening. Because you're asking the question and now you need to listen. Listen, things, when your perception, when something as deep and drastic as this is for you shifts, you could have only been prepared for it now, and I'll explain that more in the next part. You reveal yourself. Something reveals itself. You might get a greater understanding because you can only have understood now because this is what you've been prepared for up until this point. So some of you also may be experiencing a very drastic change in your psychic skills as well. So it's a skill. Depending on how you use it, that's when it becomes a gift. But the skill is within all of us, especially those with extreme feminine, or that especially embrace their femininity. Feline femininity. Cats are so psychic. Do you know any cats? I'm just saying. So, and for some of you, it may come through a Gemini. A Gemini might say something and you will have to listen. But for a lot of you, it's about listening to your higher self, listening to the universe, God, whatever, the divine, whatever you call it, whatever it calls to you. And it's this rebirth through your ego. And I'll show you more of the cards in the next part. Actually, I'll show them to you now. It's this rebirth of your ego. Mars is in Capricorn right now. It's a restructure. But Aquarius season is the perfect time, because by the end of the season, because you fix nature, it's going to be done. Pisces season smooths it out. I'm just saying. Surrender to what you're being told, especially by what feels like a higher nature. Your body will respond. That's how you'll know. Trust that. Or if it just clicks, trust that. Let your this is the test of your ego. Okay, if you are this, there's no point in being attached or holding on. It's like you're going through a trip. You're tripping this month. Tripping through love. Very interesting. Very interesting. I love this. I'm very excited for you. Okay, I can't wait to show you the next part. The second part, I know it's heavy too. So I'm not just saying I just love seeing the you when you shine. It's like the perfect amount of sun, no matter the temperature of the day. So the next part will be on Patreon. The second part, it's below. And then the more this rolls, I'll start doing extended readings where I clarify these cards even more and use the skills and the different philosophies that build upon life and extend around. I hope you understand. Extend around and infused with all the information. All right, Leo, I will see you next month. Happy Valentine's Day if you celebrate. I know it's the fuzzies. You love it. And I will see you in Pisces season.